The Hunting Grounds is brought to you by Everett Chevrolet of Northwest Arkansas and by Bedford Camera and Video, Spypoint, Ion Official Action Camera, Popeyes of Northwest Arkansas, Mega Rack by Temptation Lure, Luminox, Morel Targets, Four Wheel Concepts, Nose Jammer, Shaybug Design, Muddy Outdoors, Eagle Seed, Wet Ink Design, bowtech, Go Tip, Hook, Line, and Sinker Outdoors.
Welcome back to the Hunting Grounds. We've been sharing a lot of turkey hunts with you, and if you're like me, I'm personally getting a little worn out in the turkey hunts because deer season's getting closer. I'm ready to be up in the deer stand and seeing some deer. So this week we're going to wrap up the turkey hunts, then we're going to get into some waterfowl hunting, then we get into some never before seen deer hunts from last season, then we're going to do our semi-live hunts from this season. Got a lot to look forward to. Let's get started. So the 2014 turkey season did have its up and downs. I was able to accomplish my goal pretty quick off the bat with getting a turkey with a bow. That was my first ever tom with a bow. Still had some turkey tags to fill out in Kansas, Missouri. I even tried Arkansas, went down with Ryan Richardson down at Wicks, Arkansas. We got on some toms. We were up close and personal a few times, just weren't able to get it done. Finally, the last second of the last day, we thought we had it done, and you will not believe what happened. Should be filming us, but I don't really care if it's perfect or not because we're drenched. We're this close to that tom, and then the skies broke loose. Let open the floodgates. This is only about 3 minutes of rain or soaked to the bone. Might as well wait it out, and we'll see if the toms come back in the field. Awful. Look at that water running off me. Oh yeah. So definitely can't believe the rain came down like it did. Tom took off. Our hunt was done at that point. We tried to salvage what we could. Just wasn't going to happen. We did go back up to Kansas. Scotty and I went out to some public walk-in properties out there. We thought we were going to get it done one day. Located a tom, got out there, and again, you know, oh, he's beautiful. Can't get him every time. Shoot again. Okay. 45. Guess what's hunting? Because I'm really ticked right now. I just knew I had him. Put the sights down on him. He had a huge beard, like huge beard. I could cry right now, I think. He's walking away just now. We'll go make sure though. Now here's a tip for everybody, whether you're managing a lot of acres or a really small piece of property. You can see behind me, we've worked this piece of dirt, we have for the last couple of days, and what we're going to be doing is making a property barrier. Now what we're going to be doing is planting Egyptian wheat. It's a sorghum. It can grow about 10 foot tall. It makes a great barrier system in between properties. If you're like us and you own small pieces of property and those neighbors like to have those wandering eyes that like to look over and see how your property is doing or seeing what the deer look like on your property, this helps keep their eyes off your land. So last year we planted a different sorghum mix that was pretty readily available. We had a lot of luck with it, but you're paying about 10 bucks for 2 pounds, and it got pretty costly when you're trying to plant a good portion of your property in it. So this year, came in, I worked this dirt, cultivated it early on. It kind of grew back in because I took some time really looking around on the internet to see who we could find out there. So Google searching, I found Hancock Seed Company, a great company from down south. Talked with them about it. Ended up getting one of their bags. It's a 50-pound bag, and you're looking to pay about 75 bucks. That's a lot cheaper when you're buying in bulk rather than buying a 2-pound bag for 10 bucks. So we hit them up. It's a great seed. It is for all kinds of wildlife, but we're going to be using it as barrier systems here on our property. Birds absolutely love it because when those seeds mature, they're going to get in there and eat them up. You know, they're great to plant around a duck blind if you want to get in there and really make a good area brushed in early season, get in there, plant it. But you want to plant it early on because they like to have about 110, 150 growing days before they mature. So if you want to hunt dove over them, make sure you take that in account when you're planting early on in the season. So what we got here is got 2 properties that adjoin. If someone comes in this fall, purchase a property next to us, we want to make sure that we're planned ahead so they can't have their wandering eyes seen over on our property. So I've worked this strip up and down. We're going to go through, plant the Egyptian wheat, hopefully get about 10 feet of growth off of it, and we're not going to plant it any more than about a ½ inch here. So I'm going to spread the seed, we're going to drag over it, and then we're going to move on because we're also going to plant this right in front of our shooting house. It's going to allow us to be able to sneak in there if those deer are already in those plots before us, and it should help concealing us to and from our shooting house this fall. So the sights just weren't working for that gun, so I put new sights on it. Thought I had it all tuned in. We're down to our last week. We go up to Kansas, and we're with Chance Brake, our new pro staff, and his family members. They ended up putting up with us for 3 or 4 days up there, let us stay in their house. They fed us, they took care of us. We had an awesome time, and this is do or die. This is our last week. We'll see if we can get it done in Kansas. So day 2, picked up another piece of property.
Day 2, we picked up, that was at 350, I do believe.
Yeah.
Went there, we set up, or we're waiting on these birds to gobble that morning. It's about 5:30. We turn, we look behind us, and they are roosted in the trees that are right behind us, probably 100 yards away. So we grab our gear, we sneak around. It's not even sunrise yet,
no.
And these birds, they just land right in front of us. I'm
talking like 10 yards. We just got done with a narration and he's panning off of me. It's on manual focus at that point.
Yep.
And he's a newbie at the camera. So we're trying to switch it over so you can get on him out there, and those hens are picking us up. But I mean, they're coming down. It's a hen, a Jake, and a Tom, and that big Tom.
He just flew down right in front of us. Beautiful bird. Struts. I'm trying to get it on manual focus. Finally get it on.
I'm waiting to shoot this whole time. Are you ready? Are you ready?
And the bird's about 45 yards away.
So we went back and forth. He's trying to get on the birds without them picking up too much movement and getting out of the county. I'm trying to get my gun up, trying to turn on the GoPro, get the other camera angle going, and that bird is probably at 10 yards to start with. By the time we kind of got together, he's pushing that 40 yards, and you know, I thought I had it, and I went to take a shot, and he hit my gun. I missed.
Yeah, right. Just a bad aim.
Yeah, so it was close. Like, we put it in slow motion, you can like see the wad go right beside the head. It was just a tight wad all the way out there. Couldn't have got any closer to missing than that. So
had any prettier bird.
Yeah, I heard about that the rest of the weekend. So Scotty came out that evening, got together, at Pizza Hut, and we came up with a game plan for the next morning. We knew we could get him on a bird. We've been up close and personal on a lot of jakes. I mean, 10 yards and some beautiful jakes. It has some decent beards for jakes, but so we knew we were going to get him on a bird. He was meat hungry. He had not got a turkey that season.
Well, this is Sid. He's been my cameraman, half camera, no. Sid forgot to hit the record button, or no, he actually hit the record button but didn't hit it hard enough, and just kidding. So we were out on this property and we're actually walking up this hill, and out in the field you could see, or actually Sid saw him before I could even see him, and so he told me to get down, and so we start belly crawling up the hill, and we actually got picked out by a hen, but she apparently was curious more than scared, and she didn't take off, and we had probably belly crawled 30 yards or so,
30 yards.
And was able to get sat up and take a shot, and I actually tried to take another shot at another one of them, but I'm glad I missed, and it gives me an excuse to get out there and try and get another one on a different hunt. But I appreciate Sid getting me on this bird. Is pretty fun.
Finally come back down and got some birds on the backside of a corral, and we were going to do a big old spot and stock. So we quickly got out the gun. I'm now using his gun because I decided to put the other gun down. I'd missed too many times this season with that gun. I'm done with it. Got his gun, got his ammo.
We're ready to rock and roll.
You said it was professional.
Yeah, it was professional.
Okay, so we're gonna go after these toms that are out there, and they're big old boys.
Yeah,
we get up there, we slip all the way up there within about 70 yards, and there's no way all three of us can get on up there. So left them back with the camera. I had the other camera, I had the GoPro on the gun, and man, I got right up there, and they started clucking and talking a little bit. They caught on, but right about 40 yards, I was like, man, dead center, I'm gonna hammer this bird. Luck has turned around on the very last moment of the last day and pulled that trigger, and all I heard was a click, and there was no way that I didn't load that gun. So maybe that there was a chance that I messed up. I don't normally mess up.
No, not normally.
He said that on video. So anyway, I do mess up, but I jacked another shell in there and it flew out, and put another one in, and by that time he was out of the shot zone there. I had too many trees, and it dead center punched that shotgun shell. Brought it back to the house. We set up a little decoy just to see if I could blow the crap out of it, and I did. Same shell, same gun, blew it to smithereens. God did not want me to get a turkey on this trip, but man, I had a fun time. Got to kind of just bunk with his whole family. It was pretty fun. Got to know his whole family. Great group of people. They'll feed you well while you're here and treat you well. And
got on a whole bunch of birds.
Got on a lot of birds, more birds than I had been on all season, but you know, I don't count it as a failure. Got to see some really cool stuff, and got another guy on the team and another family that's a part of the THG family. So definitely a cool hunt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. What do you want me to say?
Something.
Better believe it.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because we've got a lot in store for you as we can get to some waterfowl hunts and some action-packed deer hunts. What we want you guys to do is comment below on this video. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to. If it's some duck hunts, seeing some big bucks, let us know what you're wanting to see on our show so we can comment and interact. Well, until next time, go out of your way, get a youth or a new hunter involved in the outdoors, and as always, have a better than average day.